This poem's called Circus. I can't work unless the assignment is due at midnight and I'm already up past my bedtime. I want to be a rebel. I want things to be easier, but instead I am a lamb. My voice used to shake on stage when I performed Fast Car one time when I was 15. And so I decided when I went back to performing in college that I'd just get drunk enough before my time slot that I would perfectly deliver my poem and nobody would know how scared I was to be on stage with everyone looking up at me, platformed and pedestaled when my confidence was stuck like gum under their shoes. I performed all of three times in college and then quit. Despite spending more than half my time writing when I should have been studying for nursing school, I solaced that at least I didn't pick my dream job, majored in English because my tongue got stuck in a twist. And besides, all my elective writing course teachers said that I don't kill enough darlings to get my point across without half the room checking out. Welcome to my feature. My hands are shaking and my lungs are playing rock, paper, scissors with one another. Every count of 3, they slam the voice box and say best 2 out of 3. Best 3 out of 5. They won't stop being so competitive. They won't stop playing, and I'm horrible at getting out of my head and learning how to play in my own body. So I call them misbehaved. I call my body a rascal. I tell her to be quiet. And then if she doesn't listen, I scream over her and wrestle and then tell her that if she just wants to play, I don't know how. Most times in my life up until now, I have never known that's what she was saying. I punished her for the mess. I pawned her off to hands of strangers to babysit. I was told being seen was a privilege, so asking to be heard is just for spoiled brats. So I treated my body like a circus. I walked the tightrope and it looked like I was balancing. Let the man put his gun in my mouth and genuinely thought that this was just how good party tricks are created. But the elephant in the show learned how to make you clap with a whip and performed in fugue-state flashbacks while the cameras went on flashing. Not until a few years ago did the audience have a clue what kind of terror has to lash at a 10-ton creature's heart to make it learn how to dance, make it believe it was supposed to dance. If we let children direct the show, they would ask, when can we play with the animals? They wouldn't go looking for the ring of fire and the biggest tiger they could push through it. I'm 27 years old and next week, and I was diagnosed autistic last year. Every day of my life has been a show to some degree. At least once a day, I put on a voice that doesn't fit in my lungs. I paint my face and I do the trick to avoid the silence that fills a stadium when the joke is not funny enough, not high enough off the ground, balancing. I've risked my safety for a false promise of acceptance by the general admission seats who can see me up close. The fake face that fear makes me wear is a heavy mask. I wait until I'm just moments from showing up late to even get out of bed. The stadium fills up and I'm the tiger. My voice is barely a whisper, let alone a roar, but I have to make something come out. I have been a circus freak all my life and my body is an animal. The tiger that made you famous and then went back into the cage, dreaming of the day it finally got to roar without the whip. Siegfried and Roy got away with assault every night until the cat got out of the bag, devoured its own tongue, let the ring on fire, and swallowed the circus whole. Thanks. Okay, should I just keep going? Okay. This poem's called Smoke. Hold on. Thank you.
That was amazing. I got so many words I wanted to type, but it was just, wow.
Thank you. Okay. So this poem's called Smoke. Hold on, give me a sip. Toothpicks, pack of cools, 2 dogs beat up, howling in the yard out in the cold in Illinois. Stocked fridge, chocolate cake, olives, and Coca-Cola. Basement door locked, secrets out. I knew how to get to the crux of it. Sorry I'm late, I didn't want to come. Red convertible, show off, take your time with your promises. There's a hitch in my step that you could never get out. Today I forgot your number. You never kept your word. So many of mine have been for you. Keep the mansion because I'm not coming home. You gutted the childhood out and buried it in the yard with the rest of me, brother and sister, roses from grandpa's funeral. We're all ghosts anyway. I went grocery shopping today. Chocolate cake, olives, and Coca-Cola. This poem is called Grace. This is a thank you note for always locking the door behind you. To my hopscotch, rum and coke, Kit Kat, Afro baby, you drew a bath for me when it was 80 out and I couldn't stop crying. This is to 3 years spent trying, lithium and Wellbutrin, 22 a million, my nervous system on high, up past our bedtimes and you sleeping with the lights on, suitcase packed with Malamars, up on the couch past midnight. Lilo and Stitch 4 different times, Garden State every May, because you know it gets hard for me sometimes. When I went to the hospital, I forgot our forwarding address. We kept our feelings caught, both of us calling my mom every morning I was locked up. We called our brothers, made bets on the foot traffic, kept all 10 toes and pickles in the fridge, A1 sriracha, ketchup, dirty ass kitchen sink. We held down jobs that made us come damn near undone, come home damn near screaming. Damn sure I drank a beer every day and you did too. We poured some out. We called our moms again. You never got a haircut, just beauty parlor in the bathroom, playing Bessie on Alexa, cheeseburger and french fries with a non-dairy milkshake. This is my thank you note to you for surviving COVID with me, my roommate, my wishing well, my serotonin punch buggy. I can't believe you got a car this year. I'm so proud of you. Look at me out the hospital. Look at you facing your fears. We made it out and we still in it. Not how we planned to look at the end of it, but bellied up, bailed out, dead ends. I love you better for it. This poem is called Shadow. I don't know if my mom's here. I know she's coming, but it's from mommy. I've lived 25 years with nothing holding up my spine but shadows, sheer hope, a birthday cake, my mom's voice on the other end of the phone levitating in midair, a pocket of wind held up by nothing but her gut feelings, a prayer. Just tell me you're safe, she'd say. Tell me you'll stay. But I know all the things she promised me inside a shadow can never survive the sun. They never make it to the morning. She tells me I'm made of something stronger than flesh and bone. She tells me one day I'll write my way so far out of this body that my words will cast shadows across the city like skyscrapers, spraying shade to everyone stranded out in the heat. I'm not sure how my heartbeat became a cork in my throat, holding in spirits that have aged like good liquor over decades of false homecoming, a birthday cake made of rope and dust. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how these stories got so stuck up inside me. When they exit out, they pour, spill from me ugly like roadkill, so twisted it'll make your lips pucker. Like I have no memory that hasn't been filtered through a nightmare. Like I can't recognize myself in photographs anymore. I can't tell you about innocence. I can't remember what anything looked like after 5. Only what it looks like now, only a split lip, only this body when I wake with the wind stuffed inside me, only my mother's words reminding me the doors are locked, your meds are here if you need them, you're safe, I'm here, through the telephone. I've lived 25 years with my mother's voice wrapped in between my fingers like a rosary. I pray for a phone call and it keeps the sun out. Thank you.
Wow. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Can I do a couple more? Okay. This poem is for my insomnia. It's called Sleep. I wrote this last year. I have a lot of baggage. I need reassurance. My favorite pillow has no feathers left. It belongs to preschool, the house on Linden. Last year, I flew home just to resurrect my baby blanket from the storage unit, knitted patchwork, Thanksgiving 95. I need reassurance. I have a lot of baggage. Bedtime is a time bomb. Sometimes I'm too tired to believe in sleep anymore, so my love, the night, he will tuck me in. The right covers, the right side of the bed, pillow, blanket, heating pad on, but window open. He always sleeps hot. Lately, I don't sleep at all. Lately, I've been cursing the sheets. I wake up throwing things at the wall. I wake up and smash a book into my head. I wake up and sometimes I go looking for the razors. Please, I'm exhausted now and I don't believe in it anymore. Stop singing the lullaby. Being tired has nothing to do with it. I loved you every night for 6 years because you promised to finally stay. There is an infinity knot between my shoulders now. You could come over and hold these bags under my eyes. I don't want closure. I just want to see you again. I need you to come back. Every night I sleep without you has been wrong. I need a Sunday smile. I need a rain check or just a bigger blanket. I need a gun. Thanks.
That was powerful.
That was my breakup letter to sleep.
Nice.
Okay, this one's gonna be controversial, but a lot of my poems often like talk about I guess I use a lot of metaphors that can be controversial because a lot of my poems when I started writing, which has now been more than 10 years ago, always were filtered through grief and like violence and PTSD. And so I use a lot of metaphors for that. And I use religion that I was raised in, and I use war that I was raised in. And those words and language make it into my poems a lot. Okay, this poem is called Star. I think I'll just do one more after this and then. Thanks for paying attention. I have been called high maintenance on more than a couple dozen occasions. The word is a callous thumb, feels largely insensitive to that fact, to the pins and needles. The phrase, "you're so sensitive," is never a compliment. For the most part, 5th grade was when I started to speak with an accent that people could hear. I have been neurodiverse since birth, and neither my mother nor vaccines nor any other form of violence and ableism is going to make a cure for it. Eugenics again, but instead of making ghettos for the millions that didn't fit, maybe they could have asked the campers a few questions. Laughing gas and piles of boots and stolen heirlooms will never tell the same story as the millions of voices that were erased in the 40s. I'm Jewish and I am disabled. The Nazis targeted more than just Aryan blue-eye wet dream. They sought to eradicate any difference in the way someone speaks their life into joy or whether they speak at all. If it does not translate, the gas chambers met millions of autistics, nonverbal miracle machines, disabled cripples and freaks, and anything that didn't walk and talk and speak Heil one way, the one single face of the superior race. Today, the hunters are still finding ways to gather up and group together the misfits and make them believe that they are dead, find a way to put them on a train, into a facility, into a residential, so the parents don't have to go through with raising their own children. Parents and loved ones of disabled humans always find a way to give themselves the gold star for participating, to name themselves the inspiration. Humble is an ugly way to describe yourself for doing the job you signed up for. I went from elementary school into middle school, and suddenly everyone could tell I was different, but I always have been the same. From birth, my nose, my eyes, my math, my art. They called me a rat. They called me a roach. 4th grade ended and 5th grade was in a new school, and I was given a body bag toe tag the second I walked in the door. All the kids ran through the halls, meeting their new friends and old and finding their classrooms, and I had my first autistic meltdown. I thought I'd lost my mind. Suddenly, a war in this place everyone calls home. The halls are violent, and I hide behind a giant recycling bin before the first day even started. I didn't scream and fall to the floor, and I never hit a person. I hide my autism for my whole life, not knowing why I could not belong, but in an attempt to not die. You don't look autistic. What a narrow fucking view. Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah,